Hi, I'm Roger.
And I'm Shukri.
And we're going to show you some of the basic steps of centrifugation. When centrifuging samples, there are some basic steps to follow. First, check that the centrifuge is clean and ready to use. Switch on, open the lid, and make sure that the rotor spins freely. If using a rotor with swing-out buckets, check that they swing easily. Next, choose appropriate adapters for the tubes you are planning to use. And when loading your samples into the rotor, make sure that they are balanced, with the tubes on opposite sides of the rotor having the same weight and volume. Check your protocol and risk assessment, and if required, fit lids onto the buckets to contain any spillages and prevent contaminating the centrifuge. You're now ready to set the centrifuge controls to start. Some protocols refer to spinning samples at a specific speed or RPM, which stands for revolutions per minute, while some refer to spinning at a specific G-force or RCF, which stands for relative centrifugal force, and this is measured in a number times the force of gravity. For example, 1000 G is 1000 times the force of gravity. If a protocol refers to RPM, it should also name the type and size of the centrifuge to be used, since the G-force generated during spinning will be quite different for a given RPM setting in a small centrifuge when compared to a large centrifuge. This could be very important if samples are being processed for the same clinical trial in many different centres, where each laboratory has a different type of centrifuge. If the protocol requires the centrifuge to be set at a certain G-force, and this can be done on the controls, then do so. However, if your centrifuge can only be set at RPM, it will be necessary to calculate what speed to use. This can easily be done by measuring the radius of the rotor, i.e., measuring the length from the centre of the rotor to where the bottom of the tubes are when the rotor is spinning. This measurement can then be used on a conversion graph to convert RPM to RCF.